So, how many of you work on your mental stamina? Do you think that mental stamina is something you're born with or it can be cultivated over time? And let me pose one more question to you. What's one life challenge you wish you could tackle with more confidence and resilience? Take a moment, think about it. Yes, let me tell you that mental resilience is a skill that can be developed just like any other skill. So you will know your mental stamina only when you encounter life's challenges. Hey, you are listening to Dream 100 Business Show podcast with Savitha Hosamane. We at Dream 100 Business Show are on a mission to help business owners to move to the next level in their personal and business journey by helping them to make smarter decisions. In this show, we decode what goes on in the minds of successful business owners during challenging times and how they converted their dreams into profitable products or services. So, here's my story about how I tested my mental stamina. When I went to the Everest Base Camp trek, which is stretched for a period of 11 days with 8 days of ascent and 3 days of descent, after I completed my first day's trek, I was a bit tired when, though we started off early on the second day, I was a bit slow as compared to the other participants. There was a local guide who was watching me right from the first day. He then came to me and said, if you're feeling tired, you can as well sit on a horse. He then pointed out towards a horse and said, it is his friend's horse. Why don't you just try sitting on it? I told him that walking looks to be more easier rather than sitting on a horse because I'm not used to sitting on any animal, and I declined. He then, after some distance, he again came to me and then he said that, look, this is my friend's horse. It is very difficult to get a horse, and very fortunately, we have got a horse. You need not have to pay also. Why don't you just try? He said. I still said no. Then, when I continued to walk, I started to look at people who were coming back from the other end. Then I saw that a lot of people were on horseback who were looking very tired and disappointed. Then few people commented that they hadn't completed their treks, and since they had fallen sick, they were returning back on horseback. I did not probe further much, but my mind started asking me a lot of questions. Why did this guide suggest me a horseback? Did I look like I was sick? And did he feel that I will not be able to complete this trek? Or did he feel that I do not have the desired capacity or the stamina? Why did he ask me to do it? These things started circulating in my mind. And this local guide, along with his friend and the horse, they kept walking behind me, waiting for me to hop on to the horse any time. It was their way of tempting me to take a horse, telling me that if I miss this opportunity, I will not get a horse further up in the trek. I had no clue about what was in store ahead of me. Then a tour operator came by and I discussed this issue with him. He then went to the local guide and told him in a clear but stern voice that all the participants will only walk and nobody will sit on the horse. His voice was so determined that all my doubts immediately vanished and I continued to walk for the day. My mind went silent listening to his voice until we descended on the 11th day. I kept on walking. My mental stamina, which had become weak for some time on the second day, looking at the people and horses, it started becoming stronger with each passing day as I started covering distance. As I started adding kilometers to each passing day, I felt that my physical and mental stamina was in tune. I could complete the Everest base camp very successfully with my own legs. So it was then that I realized that mental endurance and mental stamina is what is required for us to face challenges during such moments, vulnerable moments of our lives, and we will be able to navigate the twists and turns of life smoothly. Whether it's juggling a hectic work schedule, tackling personal goals, or facing unexpected obstacles, having mental stamina is the key to reach your own finish line, isn't it? In this episode, we delve into the 11 tips to build mental stamina. So let's start with the first one, mental exercise. Just like physical exercise, our brain needs some kind of workout too. So engage in activities that challenge your mind. It might be as simple as solving some puzzles or reading or trying out new skills. So, this will help you to exercise your brain as well and build mental stamina. Secondly, give importance to sleep. Rest is crucial for mental stamina. So, aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night so that the brain gets recharged and we will have the brain memory which will help us to tackle the further challenges. Thirdly, practice meditation. Meditation practices can help you build mental resilience by promoting focus, reducing stress, and improving emotional regulation as well. By the way, I have been meditating for the past 13 to 15 years, and I could see the result in the Everest Base Camp. Fourthly, set realistic goals and break tasks into smaller steps. Whenever you are facing a very big task or a goal, don't get stressed looking at such a big goal. All you have to do is break it down into smaller, manageable steps. So, this prevents the overwhelm and it allows you to track your progress more effectively. So, coming back to my 11 days trek, I can tell that the first day we covered a distance of around 5.8 kilometers or so. The next day was 7.8 to 10 kilometers. So you see, though the entire distance was 130 kilometers, if you just look at 130 and say, oh my God, 130. But if you break that bigger goal into smaller chunks and you start covering each day, it gives you a lot of positivity to move ahead. In the same way, whatever goals you have, don't get overwhelmed looking at the bigger goal. Break it down into smaller pieces and start attaining the smaller milestones, and you will see that eventually you will reach your bigger goal. The fifth tip is that use positive affirmations. These affirmations just help you to reinforce the confidence and the self belief. Sometimes we get clouded with negative talk when we see situations and people around us who are discouraging us. So, at that time, positive, encouraging statements, when you listen to them and you keep repeating them, it brings a different kind of energy altogether, which will help you in building your mental stamina. And work on your breathing techniques as well. This is the sixth tip. You can practice deep breathing exercise because this will help you to calm your mind and manage stress, especially in challenging situations. The seventh tip is that limit distractions. So, what do I mean? Which is the biggest distraction for us? notifications on our phones whenever we are sitting and doing something very intensely. A notification on the phone immediately distracts us. So, see to it that you create a dedicated workspace so that it will help you to boost your focus. The eighth tip is that don't underestimate staying hydrated and eating well. Whenever we are in a rush, we tend to skip our meals or have just gobble up our meals and then just drink a sip of water, thinking that our work is more important. Only if your body is taken care and your mind is taken care, you will be able to perform your work in the most productive way. So, see to it that you are taking proper nutrition and hydration, which play a very significant role in maintaining your mental stamina. Eat a balanced diet and stay hydrated throughout the day. The ninth tip is that develop resilience. See, in spite of all the things that we do, sometimes we tend to face setbacks and we are not able to reach that goal at that point of time wherever we would have given the dates. Learn from whatever challenge that you faced and why you were not able to reach that particular goal. You will be able to bounce back stronger. That is resilience, where you bounce back on a stronger note. Now, coming to 10th tip, see to it that you take breaks every now and then, even when you are at work, even a 5-minute break where you step away from the task will rejuvenate your mind and it will help you to increase your productivity levels. Last but not the least, don't feel shy or be afraid to reach out to friends, family, or a professional if you are struggling or you are feeling overwhelmed. So, by following these tips, you will tend to start building your mental stamina. And remember that building mental stamina takes time and consistency. So, be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. If you encounter setbacks, don't be discouraged. View them as opportunities for growth and learning. I hope you will implement at least a few of the tips that we have discussed. If you are following few of the steps, then awesome, you are building your mental stamina. And in case you feel that any of your friends need to listen to this episode, feel free to share this episode with them so that they can also go ahead and improve their mental stamina as well. Always waiting to hear your implementation. And if you feel stuck implementing any of the steps, feel free to reach out to us and we will be glad to help you. And we are always waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much.